I'm Montag, as you all know, and I just decided to come on here and update you guys about my life. So the other day, I was coming home from my fireman job, and I stumbled across this girl. She was a little bit peculiar. Her name's Clarice. We get to chatting, and she's odd from the start. She's very unique, some could say, asking all these questions, questioning the world around her. She was telling me about billboards and her uncle, and near the end of our conversation, she asked me a question, which does not even make any sense. She asked if I was happy, which I found was quite odd because I am obviously happy. I have a beautiful wife at home and I live a very fulfilling life. So for her to ask that just hit me the wrong way, especially given the fact that I live by 5 simple rules every single day. Number 1, answer the fire alarm quickly. Number 2, start the fire swiftly. Number 3, burn everything. Number 4, return back to the firehouse. And number 5, stand alert for any more alarms. And she found it odd that I was a fireman, but not like the other firemen because of thought, which I don't know what she meant by that. So me and Clarice, we have sort of become friends, and we talk on my way to work. And she thinks I'm peculiar because she forgets I'm a fireman. And she thinks I'm not like the others. One particular day, we were walking together and it was raining, and she stopped, she looked up, and she opened her mouth to let the raindrops fall into her mouth. It was quite odd, and she told me to try it for myself, which at first I thought was foolish. But then she walked away, and I didn't know what to do, but something made me want to try it. So I was walking and I tilted my head up and I tasted the rain, and it was so refreshing. And I think everyone should go try the rain. Next time it's raining, go outside, just open your mouth and taste the rain. Only for a few seconds though, because then after that it gets too much. Hello guys, I'm back again, and this time I'm in a little bit of a predicament. So the other day, my wife Mildred, she took 1 too many sleeping pills and she had to get her stomach pumped, and she doesn't recall a single thing about that evening. And it got me thinking back to what Clarice said about me being happy. And I don't think I am. I'm not happy. And I think it's time I come to that realization. And the other day, I was out at my job. We got called to this lady's house, this old woman, and we go there to burn books. And she's not wanting to leave. We tell her, ma'am, you need to leave. Like, you are going to die. You have to set your house up in flames. You have to burn all the books. They're against the law. They're not allowed. And she was so adamant about staying there. And the flame was so big that we just decided the safest thing for us was to get out of the fire. And we left that old woman in the fire alone to burn because she'd rather burn with the books than be forced into rehabilitation. And something about it is so odd. And I don't know. And I don't know if this is a safe space or not for me to tell you this, but as we were burning the books, I took one and I hit it. Because what is so worth giving up your life, your whole purpose, for a page with words written on it about fantasy characters in a fantasy reality when you can live in the moment? And it doesn't even make sense. What is up with this reading? I was talking to Beatty, who is a chief of firemen, and he found it so odd that I was so passionate about this old woman. He found it odd that I was mourning her. I didn't even know her. And we started talking about books and why we were burning them, because back then, firemen put out fires instead of starting them. And he said something along the lines of, colored people don't like Little Black Sambo, we burn it. White people don't feel good about Uncle Tom's Cabin, burn it. Someone's written a book about tobacco and the cancer of the lungs. The cigarette people are weeping, we burn the book. Burn all, burn everything. Fire is bright, fire is clean. And that just doesn't make sense to me, because I'm so mad, and I don't even know why. I'm so mad that I might even start reading. Happiness is important, and I am not happy. And Mildred, she doesn't understand this, because all she does, she sits in the room with all the screens and she watches people on screens, calls them her family, and she wants another screen. For what reason? So we can watch people interact, so we can not have an opinion? It just doesn't make any sense, and it's so wrong. Why should we not be allowed to read? And one night in particular, me and Mildred were arguing, and I told her about the old woman. And then I go into my ceiling and I take a stash of books. And she doesn't understand why I'm doing this. And she's just like, why? Why are you doing this? Why? Why read? There's no why. We just have to. And we're arguing back and forth at each other, and she doesn't understand why I've kept this hidden for so long. Because I used to take books from some fires. I don't even know why. I don't know if I want to read them. It just felt like a token to take one from every house that I burn the books from. So for Mildred to question what I'm doing when I'm the one who's working to pay for all these screens, it just makes me so angry, especially because she cannot see how other people saw the world. She doesn't understand that Clarice was so bright. She doesn't understand why people want to read. But why do people want to read? I want to figure that out. I need to figure out why people are willing to give up their lives to go against the government to read pages from a book. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it. I'm going to read. And after me and Mildred's fight, and after we were reading books, I decide to call Professor Faber and I ask him a very important question. How many Bibles are there left in this country? Bibles are especially banned, and I want to know why. I want to know why everything is, and I want to get to the bottom of this. And Professor Faber at first, he does not understand why. So he refuses at first. I go to his house, bang on the door, and we are arguing. And I'm telling him, nobody listens to me anymore. I can't talk to the walls because they're yelling at me. I can't talk to my wife because they listen to the walls. So I really have no one to talk to. And we're getting more in our conversation. And I want to learn how to read. And I asked Faber to mentor me. So he's telling me my new rules. Number 1, quality of information. Number 2, leisure to digest it. Number 3, the right to carry out actions based on what we learn from the first 2. And I'm asking him, why should we do this? And there's a chance we can die.
Hello, Montaggers. So I'm currently editing my video for you guys to get this out as speedy as possible. And I realized it might not have been clear why I said me and Faber might die. I meant this in the way that if we get caught reading books, the firemen and government will kill us. And that is why we'll die. I don't know if that was self-explanatory or not, but I just decided I'd come on here and clarify it, just so we all know and we're on the same page. No, back to the video.
And he says something and it really stuck with me. He says, that's a good part of dying. When you've got nothing to lose, you run the risk you want. So I asked him straight up, can you teach me how to read? And he agreed. So he gave me this bullet shape to put in my ear so he can stay at his house and I will go out in the world and he will read to me through this earpiece. And when I arrive home that night, Mildred has some of her friends over and I just started getting angry and then we were yelling and Mildred is just thinking I'm a lunatic and Faber's trying to tell me to stop and that I act like a fool. And I don't want to change sides if I have to be told what to do. That's why I want to read. I want to be my own person. And I want to be able to express what I want. I don't want to have to listen to Faber. And I don't want to have to listen to the government. And I'm not thinking when I have this earpiece in. I'm just being told like I always am. And I'm not really thinking of myself. So when will I start thinking? And Faber's thinking I'm already wise. I'm getting there. And he asked me if he wants me to read to him. And if he reads to me, I will remember. So that's what we start to do. And so far, that is where I'm at. There's more plans to come, so I will update with you guys along the way of what I continue to do. Because I feel like, just as a whole, nothing is making sense anymore. All these rules were set into place to make people happy, but people aren't happy. And it needs to be changed, and we need to be able to think for ourselves. So I will continue to update as we go along. But for now, this is where I'm ending it.